What up, what up, what up? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Vibe out with me. Welcome to the stream. Good evening. Welcome to the stream. We're just vibing out right now. That last one was a remix that I did last year. This one is an unreleased track. I think I made this song sometime last year. Yeah, I think it was last year. Probably early last year. Just another one of those tracks in the vault, I guess. We got one more unreleased track and then we'll get started. We're just vibing out right now. Let's make a house cut right here. A little throwback. I would probably give this like a 2016 kind of house vibe. This was also made last year. Yeah, last year. Just spilled water on myself. Oh well. Hope you guys are having or had a great day. It is Thursday, so for most of y'all, one more day for the work week. That is an unreleased track as well that I made last year. All right. Welcome to the stream, everyone. Um, so today, just like yesterday's stream, we are going to react to some YouTube videos that I haven't seen that I needed to catch up on because I'm busy doing a whole lot of stuff. And some of the subscribers on YouTube has dropped some videos that I haven't got a chance to check out yet. So, um, from yesterday's stream, I showed you guys a few videos, really three videos. I showed you a motion graphics, visual effects video of water simulation or something like that. And then I showed a video of a tech reviewer, which we're going to watch about, I think, two videos of his today, um, for a reaction. And then I showed you guys, what was the last video? Oh, AMP's latest video that they dropped like a few days ago. So, um, so yeah, we're going to be on the tube of you, and we're going to be watching Beats, the Power Beats Pro 2 review. Still better than AirPods, MKBHD video. This is I'm assuming it's a headphone or some kind of headphones that either probably just came out. So we're gonna watch Marquez take on this product. So without further ado, oh, and when we're done reacting to these videos, we're also going to head into the studio here because we also have this track that we started on yesterday's stream. So we're going to uh build on this. And I can actually play you guys what we made yesterday before we dive into the reaction videos. So this is what I made yesterday. Yeah, just a little 16 bar drop. Um, so we're going to build on to this and see where that takes us. So until then, let's go ahead and take a look. Let's just check the quality here. And should I do 4K? Yeah, that's fine. Let's get on to it.
So, little known secret, but before a new piece of tech comes out, a lot of tech companies do what's called a pre-brief, which is basically where they'll show the new unreleased piece of tech to a bunch of journalists and tech media and explain everything that's new and with a little bit of marketing flair too. And I've done my best to never quote these pre-briefings, and I'll do my best with my own testing and observations to make my own video. But I'm going to break that rule just for this real quick because I was on the briefing for the new Apple headphones, or new Powerbeats, and they said something that I thought was really interesting. They said that the Powerbeats Pro are the most popular, best-selling headphones in the world. Now, I have not been able to verify this, and I have no way that I've found to confidently check those exact sales numbers, but if I was guessing, I would have thought that either, base AirPods maybe, or some super cheap, highly ranking buds on Amazon would be the best-selling headphones. So, I guess I could believe it, but the point isn't necessarily if they're the number one headphones or not. The point that was interesting to me is that these are clearly very successful headphones that were $250 when they came out. So they must be at least pretty good. And so the hype has been real for the sequels because the originals came out about 5 years ago. And so now that the twos came out, and I've been using them for about a week now, I gotta say, I think these are going to continue to be some of the best selling headphones in the world because they're actually really good. So let's just imagine for a second that they're right, and these are actually the number one best selling headphones in the world. That means that Beats took the best selling headphones in the world and added active noise cancellation and transparency mode and heart rate tracking and made them smaller and lighter with better battery life, with better sound, made them more comfortable, and put them all in a smaller case that also has more battery and USB Type-C and wireless charging. And all for the same price. That's a hell of a refresh to me. I feel like Apple should be taking notes. To me, this is more clearly than ever better than AirPods Pro at more things than ever. So easily my favorite part of the Powerbeats Pro 2 is just how they're built and how they stay in my ears. So this was also true about the last ones, and it's true again. The rubber tips actually come in one extra size now too. So there's extra small through extra large. And then the new ear hook is nice and snug, but not too snug. It really feels natural and comfortable holding everything in place. Plus they are 20% lighter than the last generation. I think if we're being honest, these became so popular because they are basically the de facto premium workout headphones. And so depending on your workout, you're gonna be moving your head around a lot or a little bit, and it's gonna be important for these to stay in your ear. And yeah, these stay in my ear so well. And this is generally going to be true about anything with the hooks over the ears versus anything without the hooks over the ears. I know wingtips are decent for some people, but AirPods Pro kind of fit in my ear well. These are a lock. And then what's different about the Beats headphones with hooks is Well, Apple owns Beats, so they've put the H2 chip in here and they do all the Apple-y things. It still does the instant pairing thing on any iPhone. Still very easy to pair with any Android phone too, but instantly showing up on every device in your iCloud account is very convenient for a lot of people. Adding noise cancellation is huge though. Now, I don't think you can sell a $250 pair of wireless premium earbuds and not have noise cancellation in 2025. So maybe they felt forced to add it, but either way, they've done a really good job with these. It's sampling the outside world 200 times per second and does a really good job canceling white noise, the sort of basic steady state stuff. I think some stuff like keyboard typing and basic dialogue or other random sounds still get through, but once you have music playing, basically everything that's not the music fades completely away, which is the goal. Transparency mode is also really good. Not quite as good as AirPods Pro, which I think are the industry best, but this is closer than anything else has gotten for me. In fact, overall assessment would be that noise cancellation is really good, but a smidge below AirPods Pro, and transparency mode is also really good, but a smidge below AirPods Pro. So that makes sense because they all have the H2 chip in them. But then the sound character, just the way they sound, it's just overall exactly what you're looking for from workout headphones. I mean, take the Beats logo off of these and listen to them, and you'd find that they're objectively pretty good sounding. They're like an 8 out of 10 for sound quality. They're like AirPods plus a bit more bass and a little more volume and energy. On a technical level, they are upgraded amplifiers. There is new acoustically transparent mesh and a slight change to the alignment of the drivers to better point directly into your ears. Plus, there's a new venting channel straight through the buds to relieve pressure and improve bass response. All of this stuff adds up to a really lively and fun and just good sounding pair of headphones. I'm not interested in a flat sound signature here. If I wanted that, I would get, an Audio Technica set or something like that. This is just, I'm guessing if you're working out, you're listening to some energetic music, some hip hop, some pop, some electro, whatever you're into, and these sound great with all of that stuff. Now, another valid question, if these are only headphones, is would you fly with these? And yeah, I think you could. Again, it's going to be best with that solid state steady noise. So an airplane sound, you put them in, you turn ANC on, and immediately drops it a lot. You could get better noise canceling out of certain other earbuds, but I find like having a hook on it and making sure it stays in my ear is even more important on a plane because when they fall out, it's a huge pain in the ass. So yeah, I like these for flying. Oh, and also the H2 chip means personalized spatial audio as well, if you're into that. But these also have another feature that I haven't seen in any other earbuds before, and that is heart rate tracking. Now again, these are workout headphones, so that makes sense. I've just never seen that before. But the Powerbeats Pro 2 will do heart rate measuring through this little sensor right here. They will update heart rate every 5 seconds with technology borrowed from the Apple Watch, parsing data from each earbud at once. And you can even pair the earbuds to gym equipment so that if you have like a treadmill that has a Bluetooth connection, you can have your heart rate from your earbuds show up there,
What up,
just like you
man?
could with an Apple Watch. I think that is a really cool, convenient thing to add for headphones that you know that people mostly work out in. I wasn't really sure exactly what to make of how accurate exactly.
One thing I don't get. So there's a heart. It can sense your heart rate while you're working out, like through the headphones. I feel like, not to say that it's unnecessary, but I feel like why why is that a thing? Because most people, I'm assuming that works out a lot, they probably have some kind of watch, whether it's an Apple Watch or a Samsung Gear or whatever it is, some kind of watch on their wrist that already detects their heart rate, their pulse, whatever, right? So it's like it's kind of like, do you really need another piece of accessory that you're wearing to tell your heart rate as well? Um, please. Oh, ain't ain't that the dude who tried to scam his fans? Um, I don't know if he tried to scam them. I think it was just I think he just had like a lot of critiques about the product. I believe the product is panel, and it's the wallpaper app or something like that. So, but because it was like a cold release, I think they didn't really fully explain what this app is really for and how all the pricing stuff work. Also, the pause is immaculate. Oh, yeah, freeze frame is crazy. But yeah, I think it was just like a misunderstanding on both his end and his team's end when creating this panel project. So he then made a video further explaining more in depth into what the pricing, because it was mainly like the pricing situation. So he further explained it and he apologized for it. So yeah, I don't think he was trying to scam people. I think it was just first, number one, it's his first product he's launched like with like him and his team. So it's like first gen product. Never, there's not a first gen product that came out that's perfect. And especially with pricing nowadays, it's kind of tricky. So um I don't think he was trying to scam him because I was kind of keeping up with the whole controversy behind all that. So, and I feel like if you are somebody who is in that space of reviewing products and in that space of tech altogether, I feel like that there is some kind of great respect when you hear critique and feedback from people who want to use your products and are a fan of you and what you do, that it's more, the news can become very overstimulating when one little thing goes wrong or one little thing that um isn't like fully explained to its full capacity. So it can come off as scammy in a way. But yeah, but I've watched Marquez for years. I've always loved his reviews, his tech reviews, because I am into tech anyway, especially Apple. Apple has been a product that I've always loved. Has it been a revolutionary product in the last couple of years? No, not really. I mean, Apple Intelligence, came out, and I just feel like the marketing of Apple Intelligence was such a huge hype, but then it kind of fell flat a little bit because it wasn't fully ready with the iPhone 16 that came out. So, and he did a reaction of, or not a reaction, but a review of the new iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max, and pretty much explained the same thing. But yeah, but but back to what I was saying. Yeah, I don't know if it's necessary to have like a heart rate inside of, or your earphones, whatever earbuds, should have some kind of heart rate. I mean, maybe it's just something that I don't know, you know. So because I feel like people already have the watches anyway, but that's just my little take on that.
The data is going to be from them. I mean, it's still an optical sensor after all. I think what said the most to me is that if you also have an Apple Watch, the apps you use will default to the data from the Apple Watch.
Right.
But if you don't, this is pretty cool. Now, the improvement with the buds is great, but that's only half the story. The other half is definitely the case. And all you can really ask for with a nice case is good battery life, charges easily, and pretty small. Check, check, and kind of check. This case is not as small as AirPods or a lot of other really small earbuds that don't have ear hooks, but this case is about 33% smaller than the last generation, and it also fits more battery inside, about 3 full charges worth. It also added USB Type-C now, believe it or not, the last one was Lightning, and they
Wow.
also added wireless charging. It's a nice case, satisfying magnetic shutting mechanism. You can track it if you lose it with Find My. I think this is a great case for a gym bag, even if it's not tiny. Speaking of battery, though, the battery life just of the buds plus the case is really good. So I basically work out every day, and using these headphones every single time I work out, I went a week without really thinking about battery life. Now, I did find it interesting that they seem to not quite drain at the exact same rate. It's not enough of a difference to raise alarm bells, but I found that curious. But here's some sick math on how this could work out. So 10-hour battery life on the buds without ANC on. closer to 6 to 8 with ANC, but let's just go 10. I wouldn't want to wear these for 10 hours straight anyway. But every time you put them back in the case, they charge back up to 100%. And the case can fully charge the buds 0 to 100 3 times. So if you do a 2 hour workout every single day with these buds on, you can go basically a month without thinking about battery. So that is sick. The
Wow.
fast charging also I think is my favorite bit. So if you somehow forget to charge the buds and leave them out of the case and they die, okay, you can drop them in the case for literally 5 minutes and get over an hour of listening time, just like that. So hey, here we are in 2025, and I'm out here basically recommending Beats. I'm recommending Beats that are expensive because they're not actually overpriced compared to what they get you versus the competition. It's crazy. You know the memes of like comment sections that are like the downfall of X needs to be studied? Whatever Beats is doing is basically the opposite of a downfall. You've heard me talk about Beats in the past. This should be studied too. These might be the best available earbuds for most people. I went back and looked at the last gen Powerbeats Pro, and the price has gone way down. They're around 150 bucks now, and according to my Amazon price tracker plugin, they've been around here for about the past month. Sounds like a good deal, but I'll remind you, these charge
There's an Amazon price tracking plugin. Need to study that. I didn't even know that. Anyway.
via Lightning, and they do not have wireless charging. And this case feels ridiculous now. I actually can't recommend these anymore. You know, there's always going to be cheaper alternatives, so I'll leave some of those down below. But the moral of the story here is these beats are good. These beats are really good. Well played, Dre. Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more surprisingly good tech. Catch you in the next one.
Interesting. All right. Well, I'm not too. Let's see. I think the Sennheiser Accentum is probably the best headphones for me. I've been using the headphones for almost a year, and they are a lot better than AirPods. I haven't I haven't heard of that headphones before. A is it a worldwide, is it a known headphones or something, or is it just like I've never heard of that one. I'm a fan of the AirPods personally because I'm just used to them. But I'm pretty sure I tried, I think, but it was years ago. I think I tried like Beats like one time, but it was years ago. And it wasn't even like the headphones that they have now. It was like, back when Beats had like the big headphone, like the big ones. And it's from it's for Heinzer. I don't, just because you say it again, that doesn't mean I know what it means. Let me see. Let me look it up. What is that? Wow. Uh, these are some expensive headphones. Dang, these are some expensive. These are some expensive headphones. Okay, cool. That's probably the cheapest one I've seen. The Sennheiser HD25 studio monitor headphones for 150, pretty much 150. All of these are like damn near like $1,000, $500. This one, well, that's not $1,600. Jesus, this one's from Guitar Center. This is $400. I mean, you don't really use headphones to make music, so I can't believe it. Yeah, I don't know. It's just I'm just accustomed to what I'm used to. So that's just what it is. I just feel like my theory is that, for me at least, is that I listen I use AirPods to listen. So it would only make sense to use Apple headphones to make music with, because I'm already used to like the leveling of when I listen to music. I'm already used to like what how the level should sound like. So when I'm making music, I'm basically trying to match the level and kind of match all the elements to like where they need to be. So it sounds like, you know what I'm saying? So that was kind of like the mindset like way back when, and it's just stuck with me ever since. Oh, you've been using that headphones making music for a while. Oh, you got the HD 650 for making music. Okay, cool. And the other ones I talked about earlier were the headphones for when I go out to listen. Oh, okay. So they got their own like their own portable like go out and listen to music, and then you got the studio ones for making music. Got you. I need to look into that because it from the prices that I see, it has to be really good headphones for those prices. So, but I think I tried Beats one time, like the big headsets, and I thought it was just too subby for me. So I was like, I kind of passed on the Beats, but that was like years ago. So obviously they you know gotten better over time. I like a perfect balance between the highs, the mids, and the lows when listening to music. And me personally, I just feel like the AirPods Pro just has that nice balance between everything. So that's just me. That's just me personally. So I'm not too much of a big headphone fanatic. As long as I can hear everything clear and it sounds good, that's all that really matters for me. I feel like more people in the music space who are like headphone enthusiasts are more dilated to more pickier specs of what they want to hear. And maybe my ears aren't like that trained to the point to get there. But I feel like eventually I will then upgrade to something more like studio sounding, not studio sounding, but like studio quality gear in the future. Maybe, maybe not. But bruh, for the love of Juiceke's dropping at oh, it's dropping at 9. Oh, what time is it now? Oh man, we got oh, it's perfect because I only got this video and one more video, and that should be it. So Drewski's dropping at 9. Let's go. Okay, next one we're going to watch is the iPhone 16e review. This is the next iPhone that just came out with Apple, and I'm assuming this is their budget phone because that category of phones have gotten pretty popular from just recent years of how they did their budget phones. I think the last budget phone was the iPhone SE, which I want to say is around the same price, 599 or 699, one of the two. And I think they dropped that one the same time when the iPhone 14 came out. So, um, so iPhone 16e. Let's see what this phone is about and who it's for. One thing I like about Marquez's videos is his intros. This man has some of the best intros of a tech reviewer I've ever seen. It's kind of crazy.
Hi, welcome to Honesty Wireless, the world's most honest salesman here. How can I
Honestly,
help you
wow,
today?
this is
Hi,
crazy.
yeah, so I'd like a cheap new iPhone, please. Cool. So unfortunately, the iPhone SEs are out of style, but we do have iPhone 14s. I think that'll be perfect for you. I'll get you started with that. Actually, I'd like a cheap, small-ish iPhone with a 48 megapixel camera specifically. Okay, well then I can get you the iPhone 15 to get started. Perfect. Wait. Okay, wait. Okay, so I would like a cheap, smallish iPhone with a 48 megapixel camera, and I gotta have Apple Intelligence. So, okay. Nobody ever asked for that, but then I'll get you with an iPhone 15 Pro. We got those on refurb. Okay, so I have exactly $600 to spend on a cheap, smallish.
Imagine, imagine going to a carrier and just be like, You know, because they got all of the premium flagship phones and they got like some somewhat cheaper phones, right? Imagine going to the carrier and be like, hey man, listen, I got exactly $600. What can I buy with this? Like that's I wonder if anybody has ever done that. Like just be like, I got exactly $600 or $700, or what can I get with this? Like at a T-Mobile or Verizon or something. Like that's funny.
iPhone. I need a 48 megapixel camera. I need Apple Intelligence. I need an OLED screen. I heard that was good. And it's got to have Face ID. And I want that action button. So yeah.
That's
Okay.
hella demanding, bro. Hella demanding. He wants all
No, yeah,
that shit.
that's still, an
Okay.
iPhone 15 Pro should actually be good for all of your needs. So, and also, I hate high refresh rate. So it's got to be 60 hertz.
60 is
And
crazy.
MagSafe, I hate that too. Don't want
Nah.
that. What? Who are you? So this is the brand new 2025 iPhone 16e. And this is not a budget phone anymore. So the SEs of the past used to be definitively budget. This one is not. This phone starts at $599, and Apple's storage upgrade prices are still ridiculous as usual.
Is that not a budget price no more? So five so wait. So 599 is not considered a budget phone a budget price? So what was the budget price before? Like 399? Maybe? That's kind of crazy.
So the phone that I happen to be holding and testing right now costs $900. So this is
Oh,
not a budget phone. It
got you.
happens to be the cheapest new iPhone available, but it's not cheap anymore, which makes it much harder to recommend. See, the iPhone SE for the past 2 generations, even though it's been old body, new chip, it's been the easiest iPhone to recommend for most people, to your parents, to kids, to random people getting their first iPhone, to anyone who is randomly upgrading from an old phone. It's just the cheapest new iPhone, and it's fine. But those phones were $399 and
Oh, so it
$429.
was
So at
399.
$599, this phone that they've made, we just look at it differently now. And so I've been using this phone for the past week trying to figure out who I think I could actually recommend to buy it. And I don't think there is one.
Ooh, that was a nice sound.
The secret to making the SE iPhone so cheap for years has been the parts bin strategy. Basically taking parts that they've already spent the money engineering and just Frankensteining them together. And this is true again for this 16e. So this time it's mostly in the body of the iPhone 14. So you've got your aluminum build, your flat sides, your USB Type-C, even IP68 water resistance, but then it's a new single camera ring on the back. We'll get to that in a minute.
That's an
And
old
they've
style.
added the action button to the left side too. Up at the front, it also still appears to be straight from the iPhone 14. You've got your 6.1-inch screen with a notch and Face ID. It definitely is just all bringing the cheapest iPhone up to date with a more modern look. Again, remember the last one looked like this, so this is way better. It's not the
Ouch.
brightest display in the world, so once you get it out into direct sunlight, it's a bit less visible than some other actually modern displays. And it's also still 60 hertz, which is still silly. But in general, it looks fine. But this is exactly where the nickel and diming begins. So you've got this whole family of iPhone 16s now, 16e, 16s, and 16 Pros. Good, better, best, if you want to call it that. And so the cheapest iPhone, they've had to take stuff out of it to get it down to this price. Some of the stuff they've taken out, not that big of a deal. Some of the stuff they've taken out, kind of harder to swallow. So here's one. The headline is that it gets the newest silicon straight from the flagship iPhone 16, the A18 chip. Great.
Okay.
Asterisk, this is not exactly the same silicon. This chip has one less GPU core. Pretty classic binning. Not that big of a deal. This happens all the time. We just saw the Oppo Find N5. That also has a binned Snapdragon 8 Elite with only 7 cores instead of the typical 8. It's barely a footnote, honestly. You'll only really maybe notice it with intense gaming, with the few games that are actually that taxing on the GPU. But aside from that, it's really good. This formula has worked in the past, and it's always ended up being, on paper, one of the most powerful phones in its price bracket, and that's still true. It still is. So a bin CPU, GPU, fine. Fine cut. Another cut, colors. There's no colors. There's only matte black, or matte white. And this whole design here really is actually, it's super clean and also super boring. There's a complete lack of text anywhere on the back. And then honestly, the relatively small camera bump is a bit refreshing, honestly. But yeah, if you want any type of color on this phone, you'll need a case or a skin to get that. It's funny, the last two iPhone SEs I reviewed were both bright red, which I thought was fun. And now there's actually no more product red products anywhere in Apple's lineups. That
Really?
was that program that was the red colored products where the proceeds would go to help support AIDS programs. I kind of wonder what happened to that. So colors, that's another cut. Okay. Uh, no MagSafe in a 16E. That one feels a little worse. So obviously the last SE also didn't have MagSafe, but that was 3 years ago. And MagSafe has now become a staple of the iPhone experience, at least I thought. And this is supposed to be the cheapest version of a modern iPhone. But no, this phone has just slow first gen Qi wireless charging that maxes out at 7.5 watts. And since there's no magnets to make sure you get alignment right, if you're just a little bit off, it can be painfully slow. This week I had it on my desk charger for like half an hour and it gained 0% while just getting warmer. I don't have to remind you of the downsides of early wireless charging. Of course, if you really, really want MagSafe on your 16E, there's nothing stopping you from getting a case. So I've got one from channel sponsor D-Brand here, their grip case.
See, that's what they try to get you. That's what they try to get you, boy. Yeah, you ain't finna get me, not today.
Disappointing to not have them in a new $600 iPhone. But now we got to talk about that camera. So there's a new single camera on the back. I actually think the whole good, better, best thing with the iPhones, where like the cheap one has one camera, the middle one has two cameras, and then the best one has three cameras, it actually feels pretty
Yo, I ain't gonna lie, bro. Like for you know, if somebody, because the Apple community is a savage community when they want to be, and let somebody let somebody see you with a phone that only got one camera on the back, like, oh, that must hurt. Two cameras and up, man. Two cameras and up. One camera in 2025? Nah.
natural and like an easy to understand hierarchy. But please understand that this single camera is also not the same as the primary camera on the iPhone 16. It's 48 megapixels, just like the 16 and 16 Pro, but that's only part of the story. It is actually a much smaller sensor with inferior stabilization. So that manifests itself into just a very different look for photos. It kind of reminds me a lot, actually, of the A series Pixel phones. It's not necessarily a worse look during daytime, anyway. It's just different. Way less shallow depth of field, a lot less natural bokeh. There's still plenty of sharpness and typical iPhone colors and saturation, but then the image definitely gets much more quickly soft as the light starts to go away because the tiny sensor is just not getting as much light. It
Right.
gets less likely to freeze action and more likely to kick in night mode. Also, missing the second lens means you're missing cinematic mode, spatial video, and macros.
There it
So
is.
I just think in general, if you're the type of person that cares a lot about the camera on your phone, you can see the clear, steady progression of better iPhone equals better camera. But this one, honestly, for its price range, is fine. Now, there's a couple other smaller things that the iPhone 16e also doesn't have. Wi-Fi 6E and Wi-Fi 7 support is one of them. Honestly, not a huge deal to me. It would be nice for future proofing. Other phones do have it, but a lot of people will never notice because they also will never update their router. There's also no ultra wideband, so you cannot do the precision finding with any AirTags or anything like that. There also is the action button, but there is no camera control on this phone. But honestly, I don't think anyone's dying for that. But the sneaky X factor with this phone is they've actually introduced a new part, and that's Apple's first in-house designed cellular modem called C1. So there were some rumors about this. I remember from years back, Apple spent literally $1 billion acquiring part of Intel's modem business. So fast forward 6 years, and this is the first iPhone that doesn't have a Qualcomm modem in it. Apple's replaced it with their own for 4G, 5G, GPS, and satellite. Now, they've had a lot of success with the vertical integration thing lately. We just saw this with, Apple Silicon replacing all the Intel chips that used to be in MacBooks. So I think the question people are wondering is this the Apple Silicon of modems? And I think the short answer is you probably won't really notice anything. But that's actually a good thing. Like I did speed tests in different places, didn't find anything really too dramatic. Gripping the phone differently in different ways also doesn't seem to matter at all because, as far as I can tell, the antennas aren't really changed. There is no millimeter wave 5G support with this modem yet. That's something to keep in mind, though, again, a lot of people will also never notice that. What is sneaky
Mm.
important, though, is modems can be or have been really big power draws in phones. Like you've probably noticed this. If you're in an area with like kind of crappy cellular signal and your phone is like hunting and switching back and forth between 4G and 5G, that can drain your battery a lot. And the main claimed improvement of the C1 really is actually efficiency, which I love to hear. It's funny, SE iPhones of the past have always also been small because they're using older bodies. So small body, but modern processor that draws a lot of power. So battery life was just not a strong suit of those phones. But this 16E is a modern sized big phone. And then it has this new, more efficient modem that is actually physically smaller and makes room for a physically larger battery. So battery life on this phone's been really good in my week of using it. Literally on par with my 16 Pro. It wireless charges way slower, but it's really good battery. So two main thoughts here on the C1. One, if Apple's been working on this for years, it actually makes sense that they would debut it in a relatively low stakes, lower volume phone like the 16E, iron out any kinks or figure out if there's any issues with it, and then when it's a big deal in the iPhone 17 series later this year, should be all set. But also two, maybe this is like the other missing piece that will help enable Apple to make this like super thin iPhone Air everyone's talking about. Apple's always wanted to make super thin stuff, but battery life always suffers when you do that. So maybe this, alongside that silicon carbide battery tech, could enable them to make an iPhone that's super thin whose battery doesn't suck. Maybe. We'll see. But overall, the iPhone 16e, the more I think about this phone, the more it feels like it exists specifically to push you up to an iPhone 16 in Apple's classic price ladder. You get enticed by this base price, but then the next rung on the ladder is only a small jump away, and it's sitting there with all of its shiny extras like MagSafe and an ultra wide camera. Here's the problem though. This phone fits the price ladder, sure, but it doesn't fit the price tag. Like, let's be real, everything that's wrong with this phone is the price. Now, I'm sure tariffs, the R&D of this new C1 chip, the extra RAM to support Apple Intelligence, inflation, maybe even, like all these things to some extent contribute to the higher price of this phone. Maybe Apple also plans on increasing the entire iPhone 17 lineup price too. But this is the same identity crisis that the Pixel A series just had. I don't know if you remember that, but that budget phone came out, but the slightly older, more premium phone was still a better deal for most people because it was on a slight discount already. So you could get a refurbished iPhone 15 Pro for $600 today. I could argue that every single person considering the 16E should start by considering the 15 Pro. It's just everything about it is better. The screen, it's way brighter, more visible. It's a higher refresh rate. Triple cameras instead of one camera. Same battery life. It's only 1 year older. It's got Apple Intelligence. It's just, you should just start with that phone instead. And I actually feel like I know what Apple's answer would be if I asked them who should buy this phone. Because if you go to their site for the 16E, the built-in compare tool only shows comparisons versus iPhone 12 and 12 mini and iPhone 11 and the older SEs. So basically, if you're somebody with one of these older phones, then this would be a perfectly fine upgrade for you. You get that more modern design, the new chip, Apple Intelligence, and you're set. And they'd be right. It's not a bad phone for those people at all. It's just the new price does not match the phone.
Mm.
What? Who are you?
Like I said yesterday's stream when we were watching, um, I don't know, it was Marquez's video, but oh, it was the Samsung Galaxy S25 review. Like I said yesterday, there's gonna be a point in time where I feel like that these phones, it doesn't even have to flip, just regular phones, is gonna get up to $2,000, right? $2,000. It's gonna be the new the new uh uh flagship number. And we're already kind of seeing a little glimpse of that. Not exactly $2,000 yet, like off the market, but we're getting close because these flip phones, they whether it's a whether it's a phone folding into a tablet or a phone that reduces in size like a Samsung Z Flip series, those kind of phones, any of those things is around like $1,500 to $1,700 base model, mind you. And because of the extra material to make a two screen and or like the materials to make the screens bend when flipping, opening, or closing, more materials for the hardware, um even whatever kind of chip or some kind of software that goes from like one screen and then expands to a bigger screen. Man, I feel like at one point in time, just these regular phones is going to be about $2,000. I've said this before in the past, and now we're seeing. I remember when the flagship phones was only like the price of this iPhone 16e, like 599, and that was like in the early 2010s. So, but as technology progresses and gets better, things get pricier. So obviously those prices are going to go up. But here's another thing too that I also mentioned yesterday is that we don't need a new phone every year. Like, we don't need a new phone every year. Bro, the 16 just came out yesterday. Not really, but like a few months ago, back in this November. I think the keynote was in November. Like, that was like what, 4 months ago? And now we're already talking about the iPhone 7, like the 17 is coming out this year. And we're not even halfway into 2025 and we already have some 16.5 phone that just came out. It's only been 4 months. So it's like, let us breathe a little bit. Not just Apple, but like to all the major tech companies, like, let's just breathe for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like we're at this weird point where phones that are coming out are just not exciting anymore because these are just little minor updates here and there. Whether they added a button, whether they added a camera, whether they expand the battery life or has a better display, they create a boost in the chips, whether it's in their flagship chips, the A Bionic chips or Snapdragon chips for Samsung, a little bit extra CPU and GPU cores, a little bit of RAM, just like the basic stuff, right? Um, like these are just kind of like minor updates. And to be honest with you, even though on paper it may seem like a lot of stuff has updated, it's just the average person, the average customer is not going to really look into all of what the phone can do if it's no different than their last year's predecessor, right? So, like the iPhone 15 Pro versus the 16 Pro, the only difference between the two phones is one button. One button. And the chips. That's it. It's the camera shutter button. It's for the 16 it would be like located like on the bottom here. That has some built-in controls. But that's literally it. Like there's nothing there's nothing else that is different about the two phones. So it's like you might as well, and if you want to upgrade to get a 16e, if you have, like he said, a iPhone 12 and lower, then yeah, sure, it'd be a cool update. But the base model is 599, which I'm assuming that the phone probably comes with 128 gigs of RAM of storage. I'm assuming. If they start out at 64 gigs, then that's kind of crazy. 128 gigs, 16 or not 16, 60 high refresh rate, 60 hertz on the high refresh rate, right? Probably 8 gigs of RAM, maybe. And you're gonna go ahead and update the storage, right? You're going to update the storage because nowadays people need at least minimum 512 gigs of storage. A lot of people love taking pictures and videos. No matter if you're a camera person or not, you need the extra storage, right? So we're going to boost that up from 128 to 512. That's going to be like an extra $200, or even with the RAM, another extra $200. At that point, you're already at the $1,000 mark. That's $400 extra for just those two updates. So in my mind, I'm thinking, well, you might as well just get a 15 Pro then, if that's the case, and already get all the bells and whistles for it. But that's just me. Like that's just, I feel like it's just not worth buying. Like the 16E, it's just not worth buying. Like I don't really know who that's for. Watch the iPhone 17 being exactly the same. No, like no lie. I'm willing to bet you the iPhone 17, to be honest with you, I have no idea how they're going to market this one, because the iPhone 16, when it came out, the main market around the phone was Apple Intelligence. That was the main thing. Everything else, maybe like a 10-20% spec boost on everything from the hardware even to the software. Apple Intelligence was the main marketing focus for iPhone 16. And then the iPhone 16 came out and Apple Intelligence wasn't even ready. It came out and it wasn't even available yet. They kind of took this iOS update and just kind of sprinkled it, like stretched it throughout the few months. And still to this day, I still don't think Apple Intelligence is even fully finished. Like I think it's still in beta. Um there are like few updates that came out recently in recent months. Um when the 16 first came out, the new integrated Apple Intelligence Siri wasn't available yet. Well, incorporated with ChatGPT, it wasn't ready yet. It just became a thing back in, I believe, January or end of January, early February, right? The writing tools, AI writing tools, was not available yet. I think they're available now, but I still think that there's still some of the writing tools that's not available yet. So it's still and it's still in beta. And just other things. I can't remember exactly everything about Apple Intelligence because, to be honest with you, Apple Intelligence, it's kind of, I don't even know like what it really is for anyway. Who's it for anyway? Aside from integrating ChatGPT with Siri, but and new writing tools, there's really nothing else about it that's impressive. So, and this is just my opinion. I don't know. More people who are more Apple enthusiasts would probably can tell you more. But I'm just thinking on the mindset of like the everyday consumer. It's like they're not going to use half of this stuff, right? But but that's pretty much it. I don't know, the iPhone 16e again. I guess this is the new budget phone price, 599. I don't know why I thought 599 was like a good budget, because but then I forgot that the SE was only 399. So I guess the new budget for Apple standard is $600. That's crazy in 2025. Because no one's gonna buy the base model. But anyway, uh let's go to let's go to okay. This one is more of a cinematic breakdown. By the time we're done watching this, then Drewski should be coming on soon. It is 8:40, so this one's only a 10-minute video. This one is how I combined professional fight choreography with my own mocap to create an epic fight scene using Unreal Engine 5. So this is a motion graphics breakdown. Let's take a look at this real quick. Full screen, please. All right.
Fight scenes are awesome, and if you've ever wanted to direct one yourself, this one's for you. In this video, I'll show you how I created this kung fu fight scene in Unreal Engine 5. Combining my own performance capture with an animation pack from Real Illusion, I was able to achieve some crazy results and in record time. On top of that, I'll show you how I dubbed the English performances to Chinese using 11 Labs and MetaHuman Animator. But first, enjoy the film.
Falls to drift at this whole night baby guide.
结束这个，结束这个，我才刚刚开始。不可能。
经济卷轴仅高过这种力量的代价，它不会为你服务，它会吞噬你。
那么，就按照旧方式解决。我一直想要变得伟大，但你阻碍了我。
这就是驱使你这样做的原因吗？你曾是我最优秀的学生。
你连交够坐下都不会。你的教导是有生命的。
你认为这种破坏带来秩序吗？
你的老板发誓了。凭借这种力量，可以中枢世界，我可以迫使它改变的。
上。
He stopped lost.
那样的能量会把你。
No, for real.
我不是你的学生，再也。
也这不仅仅是我的名字。上，我只是没看出来。
All right, thanks for watching. So the idea for this really came from seeing this animation pack from Real Illusion. I think I saw it in a YouTube video by JS Films like a year ago or something. And you know, I was just like, I have to make something with this. And it's this pack of amazing hand-to-hand combat animations. I think there's 68 animations or so. You really just drop them into Unreal Engine and you have the basis of a fight scene right there. And I just remember thinking they were so cool, and you know, all I would have to do is come up with kind of like a story and some performance capture to kind of tie these choreographed fight scene animations together. And so I was just browsing Fab for an environment, and the thumbnail for this one just jumped right out at me. I was like, I love that look. This burning tree and the destroyed temple around it. I knew I could use the fire to sort of motivate the lighting, and that would act as sort of my main light source, and I could sort of frame the characters against the fire. And you know, I just dropped in the metahumans with their outfits and you know, pulled in some of the animations from Real Illusion, got them retargeted to metahumans, and was just kind of, you know, set up a camera and kind of moved around a little bit and was like, okay, this is totally working. I added some more ember and fire and smoke particles in the background just to kind of busy it up, liven up the space behind the characters. And then of course I used easy rain. I mean, rain just adds so much drama to a scene, so much ambiance. And I was like, all right, I got my aesthetic down. And I basically just came up with a story, you know, around these things. This is not the best script, but this is really just a vehicle to get us into the fight choreography, which is what I wanted to practice filming in the first place. So all the performance capture was done using Move Pro, which is the multi-camera solution from Move AI. And this is a great system. I've been using it for almost a year now, and I've gotten it down so I can get really good body captures every time. And the hands definitely still struggle though, and in this case there was something wrong with the retargeter, and using the hand poses I wasn't even really able to fix the hands, but whatever. There were a few times where I have to kind of, you know, whip the camera or something, you know, to kind of hide the transition from choreographed animations to my animations, but I think overall it worked fine. So in addition to that, I found these VDB assets with these explosion effects, and I was like, this is perfect.
You know, it's kind of crazy. It's like in 2025 and moving forward, nobody has to make anything from scratch anymore. Everything is kind of like just drag and drop and then just make a few tweaks to your liking, and then boom, you made a movie. You just made a movie. Nothing wrong. I mean, I do it sometimes with making artwork. So it's definitely a time saver, especially if you're somebody who's not specialized or an expert at certain things when it comes to motion graphics, whether you're not the best at character modeling or the best at creating environments or understanding lighting or um nodes, sculpting, you name it. Any of your weaknesses when creating motion graphics, whether for artwork, for an animation, for whatever it is, whatever your weakness is, there is a tool out there that can make up for it. And there is tools out there that can get the job done, though it, you know, could be limited. And then there are tools that you pay for that can get the job done and have more flexibility and have more creative control. And I think that's kind of like where we're not where we're headed. I think that's just what it is now. Like even in the game industry, like when we see these new games that come out, very beautiful scenic designs, very high resolution, real photorealistic open world games, RGB games, and most of them use Unreal Engine 5 nowadays. Some use Unity, and I highly doubt if any games used like Maya or Cinema 4D or even Blender. But um and all these tools, these tools that you can gain access to, you can just drag and drop and you can create something like really quickly. And as long as I feel like most people are getting better at arranging things versus actually physically, or not physically but manually creating everything. And it's not really too practical anymore to like create everything from scratch nowadays because time is of the essence. So we're kind of striving for what can get us great results at a fraction of the time that it would take us to build it all from the ground, from the bottom up. And it's not just in motion graphics, this also is in music as well. Nowadays, there is a plugin, there is a sample pack, a preset pack, or whatever that's out that can pretty much, you can make a whole track in less than an hour. If you understand what you want to happen in your music, if you understand how to arrange certain things and mix things properly, but you're not the best at sound design, or you're not the best at creating drums or whatever the case may be, like I said, for every weakness you have, there is something out there that can um, pretty much pick up that, you know, weakness that you have. So that's kind of interesting. Now I'm watching him do this stuff. It's interesting to think about.
For some sort of Dragon Ball Z style energy blasts or something. So maybe we can tie that into the story somehow as well. And then for some reason, I decided it would be cooler if it was all in Chinese instead of English. But I would deliver the whole thing in English, and then using some AI tools and animation tools, I would change my performance into Chinese while still maintaining the original sort of performance that I give in English, if that makes sense.
The Forbidden Scrolls warned of this power's price. It does not serve you. It consumes you.
荆棘卷轴警告过这种力量的代价，它不会为你服务，它会吞噬你。
So the whole script is written in English, and I give the performances in English and capture my face using MetaHuman Animator the same way I would normally. And then I take that audio, that English audio, upload that to 11 Labs, and then using the 11 Labs dubbing tool, I then convert the lines into Chinese.
Okay,
And
dude, you have a good
it
night.
clones
Thank you for
my
joining.
voice, sort of. But the idea is that it's my voice, my performance, but just delivered back in Chinese. I then used the audio to lip sync tool, which just takes the audio and generates full facial animation from that audio.
上，停下，那样的能量会把你撕裂。
And so then I copied the keyframes from the Chinese animation mouth onto the original animation. And the results were okay. This is extremely tedious, and I'm not entirely sure if it's worth it, but I would just kind of do a test, and it looked pretty cool, and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep going with it. So I kind of just committed to doing the video like this. And if you want to try out 11 Labs and support the channel at the same time, I do have an affiliate link in the description or right up here. And the sound design was really fun, actually. I'm not a great sound mixer or sound designer. I just use Artlist, which I've used for years. I've used it for my commercial projects for music mostly, but I've recently started to use it for all the sound design for these Unreal Engine films. And they have a plugin that just integrates right into Adobe Premiere, and so I'm able to just literally search whatever sound effect I want and drop it right into the timeline, and just layer tons of sound effects and music elements and stems from the music. Yeah, I also have an affiliate link for Artlist, so if you want to try them out and support the channel at the same time, it's in the description or right up here. One thing that's really interesting about these animation packs is I haven't found anything really similar to this. Sure, there are paired animations on Fab and elsewhere, but there's not a lot of great choreography that you can drop into a fight scene like this. And I'm wondering, what the market is like for that, because I'd really like to create more. So I don't know, let me know in the comments if you like using assets like this. Do you think these ones are overpriced? I think it's like $110 for this whole pack. You used to be able to buy the animations individually, I think, but you can't anymore. Anyway, if this is something you would use, like say sword fighting or other forms of hand-to-hand combat or choreography, let me know if that's something that you like to use in your productions. All right, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.
Oh, this is something else. Cool. 6 minutes until Drewski comes on. Should I watch episode 2, then episode 3? You know what? I'll probably... Oh no. You know what? This is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna save these for another stream. We are an hour, 23 minutes in. So let's go ahead and just get into this guy right here. So All right. What key is this in? This is an E. Should have known. That's like the key that I always use. All right, let me take a listen to this again, and let's see where we can go from here. You know what I'm getting? I'm getting some kind of trap kind of vibes. Just based off of the sub movement, it seems more like a, well, although the drums aren't trap bass, but we could do like some kind of hip hop, very grandiose intro. Uh let's try that. Let's see here. Let's use this. Ooh, that's too high. Let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see, let's see. We're gonna do like a hip hop kind of intro, very like high energy, and then massive build up, and then it will get to that drop right there. So, um, let's see. Let's kind of create an atmosphere here. Voyage piano. Okay. We'll probably move this over some more. And let's get some orchestral elements here. Let's get some cinema strings. String ensemble. That's what I'm looking for. We're setting the tone. Nope. No, no, no. I think that's how it is. Yeah. Let's up the release a little, or Actually, we don't even have to do that. We can put a wait. We'll put a reverb on here. Cool. We're gonna do two types of bases here. We're gonna get a drone first, and we're going to do -5. Okay. Let's see here. I need what do I need? Oh, a pluck. I know where to get one. I made this pluck the other day. Dreamy pluck. Okay, let's line them up. Boom, boom. All right. Let's do this. I like doing this where it is like where the bass doesn't really come in quite yet. And then like halfway here, then we will automate this to come all the way down and reveal the bass. And then boom. And then it comes in like doom, like doom, 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 doom. Lower tone. Soon as that 808 hits, that's what I want to happen. So we'll drag you down. And let's get the string ensemble. Let's make it. I don't know. Oh no, it's not ensemble. You need cinema strings, and you need to go staccato, or probably. Is staccato better? We'll use I don't even know how to say this word. Pizz pizzac pizzicato? 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 I don't know how you say that. Let's kinda make it just a tad bit better. Make it. Let's get a transient shaper. Yeah, we want that pluckiness. So let's kind of take this and drag it down. Google. Oh, Google it. Let me see. That's Safari. Is there? Oh, is there?
Pizzicato means
Oh, pizzicato. That's a lot of Z's.
to
Okay,
pluck.
pizzicato. All right. Articulation. Oh, that's how you do it. You got wait. You got to do it for all of them? That's crazy. Pizzicato. Pizzicato. That sounds like a type of cheese, some kind of pizza. Uh-oh. Yeah, let's do that instead. All right. So now this part, the 808 will come in. Let's try this now. I just freestyle that one. Perfect take. Perfect take. I just freestyle the hell out of that one. All right, let's try it. Let's see what it sounds like. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's make this go here, 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 and then hmm. What if I use 808 too? Nah, it don't hit the same. Okay. We need some hi-hats. The highest of hats. My hi-hats. We need to change that to 8th notes. Okay. Hip hop meets dubstep, right? Let's scoot all this over once again, because we'll just do, this will be a build up. I don't know what it's gonna sound like, but we'll just save that for build up. Okay. I must have a hip hop snare in here. Let's see. Let's go to Splice. Let's go to hip hop. That's just a kick drum. That's kind of crazy. Okay, we'll just type in snare and try our luck. Ow. First of all, let's turn down the volume. Wait. That might be. Make that shorter. That's hella loud. This is in the key of E, so let's try G. That's in the scale. That's in the scale. And let's turn that down to -6. What if I use the soft drums? Drums is probably my best bet. Alrighty. I kind of want to add a bass on top of the 808, like a dub bass. We'll see. I'm just trying to see which bass would do the trick here. Let me initialize this. And let me go to, where is it? This one's randomized, so we'll see. This doesn't need a whole lot of processing. Let me see something. Let me use LFO 3 for this. And maybe. It's not a soft clip. Mix is down, flange is down. Let's do something more. Actually, let's remove that from LFO 1. Let's use LFO 4 for that. Let's bypass that. Reverb, maybe? this sound has a random, the textures are random every time you play it, but I'm not too concerned of it because I like the pattern. We need some atmosphere, some ambiance, if you will. Impact. Impact kick. Need that. This creates more of an atmospheric, very cinematic touch. Yeah, need that. We need some background texture. Wait, which alien transformation is this? Oh, that's impact. Okay, I picked the right one. And we're going to use chromo verb. We're going to turn it to dry out. Okay, let's render that to audio. I think these last two bars can go up like yeah. take this and we're going to turn it all into audio so we can kind of create a build up with this. Mute that. Let's go to Transgate. Let's see. Oh, you know what? This is something fun I can do. That's the 808. I need that hard style kick. Where is it at? Hard style bass, is this it? Yeah. We can do that. What if I bring up but then turn this down? Okay, we're getting somewhere. We are getting somewhere. It's only a matter of time. Um, okay. Push that as audio. I'll probably put like a pre-drop vocal on here. Dun, 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 something. And let's get one shots, reverb riser, let's drag you in here. cut you up and fade you in. Boom. Let's move you up here. Go ahead and save this. Okay. Ooh, okay. Let me press that piano roll. Okay. Bam. Let's get a frequency shifter. Shift. And 410. There's a friend of mine sent me, hold on. A friend of mine sent me some
Yeah, I'm off the top shelf, hit you make the black belt. Yeah, gun pop, hit you with these gunshots. Next gonna break when the speakers vibrate. Yeah.
right.
Next gonna.
Ow, that's like, that hurts my ear.
Yeah, gun pop, hit you with these gunshots.
Sure. Um, I typically like to put like audio, like vocals at the top.
Yeah, gun pop, hit you with yeah, gun pop, hit you. 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 Yeah, gun pop, hit you with these gunshots.
The gunshots. Gunshots. Oh, wait. Go back to splice. Nope. I need that, but more profound. That's what I need. I'm like, I'm missing. I need. a gunshot, like somebody's cocking their gun back.
Shotgun pop, hit you with these gunshots. With these gunshots.
That needs to be like click, 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 and then boom.
Shots.
And this needs to be like it needs to be like yeah. Maybe some distortion. Yeah, there we go. We can kind of change the pitch of this.
With these gunshots. Shotgun pop, hit you. Shotgun pop, hit you. Shotgun pop, hit you. Shotgun.
And we're going to get snap heap. Boom, boom, boom. Where's my super dual delay? Okay, maybe not that. I forgot those are randomized. Dual delay.
Shotgun pop, hit you. 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 Shotgun pop, hit you with these gunshots. Shotgun pop, hit you. 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 Shotgun pop, hit you with these gunshots. Shotgun pop, hit you. 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 Shotgun.
And then let's go to the high cuts.
Shotgun pop, hit you. 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 Shotgun. Shotgun pop, hit you. 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 Shotgun pop, hit you with these gunshots.
I'll turn down the gain a bit. Actually, let me do that for all of these.
With these gunshots.
All right, let me try Serum Effects' delay, see if that's what I'm really looking for. ping pong delay.
Shotgun pop, hit two. Shotgun pop, hit two. Shotgun pop, hit two with these gunshots. Shotgun pop, hit two. Shotgun pop, hit two. Shotgun pop, hit two with these gunshots.
Gotta put this delay on there too.
Shotgun pop, hit two. Shotgun pop, hit two with these gunshots.
All right, we're gonna do a little trick here. We're gonna do a tiny trick here. We're gonna duplicate these. We're gonna duplicate these. And we're gonna pan these a little bit to the left, a little bit to the right. These, or these two, we're gonna turn down a bit. And we'll go down a semitone with this one. And we'll go down 2 semitones for this one. Something like that. Turn it down even more. I feel like we just need 2 more. Right? These can be halfway. This one we transferred down to 3. This one 2. And the volume as well goes back. And honestly, we can probably we'll create a track stack, and we'll call these vocals. And let's put some reverb on there. Not a whole lot. And after that, some OTT. I feel like because we have so many of these panned, we don't really need the dual delay. Yeah, I didn't think we need all that. we can kind of... That's not what I want to do. Don't mind. We can turn down the gain a bit. Okay, let's take a listen from the top here. I just thought of something. I need the choir. Need a transient shaper. This doesn't make a difference, huh? A little teaser. What if I do like a little tease here? Little switch up right here. So I need 1, 2, 3 bars and a half. 1, 2, like that much. And I think I'm going to I'm gonna change the base to insane stabs. Dun 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 dun. We'll go with that. We'll go with that. Dun 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 dun. One, two, 3. 1, 2, 3. That's eighth triplets. Oh, probably that. Hmm? Oh, it's because I took it off. Let's put this down. Yeah. Wait, in terms of... There's not enough going on. Okay. Um. I think it's macro 3. Nope, macro 2. Ooh, that took some. Did I not put an EQ on this? I sure didn't. So about 2 bars off. And still need these guys. Oh, I see. This has to. Interesting. All right. Let's listen to the entire thing now. right. Man. My eyes. My eyes hurt. I think we've gotten some really good progression here. I don't know what the title of this track is yet, but we're gonna. This is a good stopping point here. So this is the end of the live. For those of you guys who attended this live tonight, I should say, thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate each and every one of y'all supporting me. This is week two doing this, and I'm, it's getting addicting. Like it's growing on me. So, I noticed that I'm getting a little bit more comfortable the more I do these lives. So, and I want to try to show more interests through like reaction videos, giving you guys a more. I gotta keep looking at this cat. I keep looking down. Like I keep looking at myself talking, but I need to look up here. What was I saying? Oh, I want to do more reactions to things so you guys get an idea of like more of my interests. Hell, sometimes I don't even know what I'm interested in. I just be watching all kinds of things. So, with that being said, let's pick a song to sign us out, and I know a perfect one. If you guys have tuned into any of my other lives, you guys should know this song by now. And let's just vibe out. Thank you guys for joining my live. My name is Danatronic, and I will see you guys next time.